What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Filmcast, the show we reel you into movie news.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the other things I've been watching. I've been watching. Yeah.
Only you?
Have you watched anything
I watched the Arietti.
besides that? So I
Nar.
guess it is talk about the things I've been watching.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Bro. I feel like I consume a lot of content. I just when you
It's
narrow it down
TikToking.
to TV and film,
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
It's not
I
there. It's
don't.
not there.
Not quite a lot.
Here we are. Today we're going to talk about. There's a burp. You know, I just had a Qdoba. Scarf down a
Nasty,
bowl of
bro.
Qdoba. Today we're going to talk about the Secret World of Arietti. We're going to fucking rank it and talk about it.
Don't do that.
And then we're also going to talk about Ted Lasso again, because I'm still watching that. And Severance again, because I'm still watching that.
Word, bro.
And the
How
Golden
much?
Globes.
How much longer is left on your Apple TV free subscription?
I'm paid for that shit.
Send me the link, bro.
Oh, you want the Apple TV, dude?
Yeah, I'm trying to watch Severance.
Okay, I can send you the link.
Yeah, you can do that later. I
Yeah.
might also just watch
it's-
Ted Lasso.
after watching the first episode of Severance, I bought it and I was like, yeah, this is a good service. And then I watched Ted Lasso and I was like, there's good shit in here. And now I've added a bunch of shit to my list. I want to watch Foundation.
Is Mythic Quest on there?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's on my list as
I want to
well.
watch Mythic Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, send
can
me
send you the
you
deets
can send me the
later.
link.
I'll send you the deets later.
I might investigate.
All right, now let's talk about the Golden Globes first before we get into all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, that just happened.
Golden Globes just happened. Here's the
Now,
winners.
I
Go
always
ahead.
thought
Sure.
Golden Globes
What?
was TV.
No, that's the Emmys.
So, but what's the EGOT?
The Oscars?
Oscar, Grammy. That's
Grammy's
what it is,
music.
and a Tony.
Mhm.
Tony's are TV as well, right?
Tony's are, I believe Tony's are TV.
Yeah, okay.
Golden Globes are fan voted though. Golden Globes is like
Like
voted by the
100%
people.
fan?
I'm pretty sure that's the shtick with the Golden Globes.
Here, you can continue. I'll look into that.
Yeah, look into the Golden Globes thing. Something like that. You know what I mean?
Who votes for the Golden Globes?
Hmm.
Explaining the HFIPA,
What's the HIPAA?
the Hollywood Foreign Press Association.
Okay, explainer.
Explainer. I don't care about when they started. How do you become a member? South California-based journalist.
Interesting. Just South California.
87
journalists.
voting members.
Okay, now maybe I'm geek. Maybe I'm mixed up the Golden Joysticks because I know that's fan voted.
Is it?
But in my head, I thought Golden Globes was fan voted, but guess not.
How are the Globes different from the Oscars? The Oscars has about 8,700 voting members, all of whom work in movie making. And the HFIPA consists of international journalists. So I guess Golden Globes is more of a critics.
Golden Globes is consumers, whereas Oscars is creators.
Golden Globes is more like, Oscars is creators.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Globes is critics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes more sense. Let's get into it though. Golden Globes. Best motion picture drama. Avatar: The Way of the Water, Elvis, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Top Gun: Maverick. You probably haven't heard of Fabelmans or Tar, have you?
No.
Yeah. See, I
Have you?
yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch Tar as soon as it drops on streaming. It is
Okay.
a musical that's it's like a light musical, serious
Mhm.
drama about a ballerina that's apparently really good. And The Fabelmans, I think, is about Steven Spielberg growing up, and it's like fictionally Steven Spielberg. Kind of how Honey Boy isn't
Yeah.
a biography about. It is a biography about Shia LaBeouf,
Mhm.
but it isn't. That's
It's
what
like
this
the-
is.
It's like the Al Yankovic
Yes.
thing.
So The Fabelmans is also on my list
Okay.
of movies to watch.
Cool.
But The Fabelmans won.
Shout out.
Best performance by an actress in a motion picture drama. Kate Blanchett in Tar, Olivia Colman in Empire of Light, Viola Davis in The Woman King, which I want to watch by the way, Anna D. Armas in Blonde, and Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans. Blonde is the
Do they do best actor and best actress for each individual film category, like drama?
I don't think so because
musical.
the scroll bar isn't that long. So
Okay. Maybe just do the winners.
what's Blonde? Blonde.
Blonde?
Yeah, the movie. It's about the actress lady that was way back in the day.
Marilyn
Yes.
Monroe?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what that's about.
Off
Kate
the
Blanchett
dome.
from Tar won that one.
Pretty
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, well, smart guy. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama. Austin Butler by Elvis won that one.
Nice.
Haven't
Austin
heard of a lot of
Butler
these.
by
The
Elvis.
Sun, Living, The Inspection, no clue.
Musical or comedy? Why are they lumped together?
Don't ask me, bro. Don't ask me. But Brendan Fraser from The Whale. I want to see The Whale pretty bad.
I do as well.
Best motion picture, musical or comedy. The Banshees of Inisherin won that, as it should. It's a good
Mhm.
fucking movie.
It's comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
a
you.
little
I
bit.
guess you a little bit.
Yeah, so you got Babylon in there. Some weird stuff. Best performance by an actress in motion picture, musical or comedy. Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
Took the dub.
Yes.
Took the dub.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Retweet.
Yes,
know?
sir.
What do
Best
the kids
performance
say?
by an actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Colin Farrell in The Banshees of Inisherin won that one. Fucking banger, bro.
Yeah.
Watch this fucking movie. It's good as
Sure.
fuck. Best motion picture animated, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which Lucas watched the other day, by the way, and said it's a genuine masterpiece.
Let
and
me
we should
say
watch it.
something right here.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't know it was animated.
Yeah, it's like a stop motion animation thing.
Thought it was live action.
No.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Stop motion, brother.
No, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't
Best
know that.
motion picture, non-English language, Argentina, 1985. Sure.
I don't speak non-English.
All right. That doesn't mean it's fucking whatever.
What? It says non-English language.
Sure, but you don't watch foreign movies?
What
Yeah, shut up.
was the last one? I didn't watch none of them. I do want to watch RRR.
Yeah, so do I. I know everyone says that shit's great. Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture, Angela. That's such a weird.
Sorry, the title for that.
Angela Bassett, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. She won.
Deserved.
Yeah.
But the title of this award.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, man. That's weird. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture, Ki Hu Kwan, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Deserved. I have a theory.
Go ahead.
They're not allowed to say best supporting actor because that's the Grammys award, or not the Grammys, the Oscars award.
Best performance by an actor in a supporting role.
In any motion picture. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like they have to say that, or else
You could be
the,
correct.
the Oscars will get them.
You could be correct. Best director for any motion picture, Steven Spielberg, The Fablemans. He won that one.
Wow.
Best screenplay of a motion picture, The Banshees of Inisherin by Martin McDonagh.
It seems like there's only like 3 movies here I need to watch.
Yeah, I know. Best original score, Babylon.
All right, that's good to hear.
Best
I
original
still wanna watch
song, Natu Natu from Triple R.
that. Well, say it less. I think that's all I need to know.
Best television series, House of the Dragon.
Really?
Won over Better Call Saul, The Crown, Ozark, and Severance.
I feel like that's kind of
Should have been Severance. I'm gonna be completely keep it a buck.
Well, dude, Better Call Saul has such a presence on the internet.
Yeah, I know. I want to
that
watch
I
it.
also
bad.
feel like it should have.
I
been
wanna
that
watch it
based on culture because this is the
by
last
it.
season, right?
Yes, they
It's
finished.
done?
It's
Yeah.
done. It's over. Best performance by an actress in a television series, Zendaya in Euphoria. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Best performance by an actor in a television series, Kevin Costner in Yellowstone. Which I watched the first season of Yellowstone. That's a good fucking show.
Yellowstone's still going.
Yes, apparently it is. Best television series, musical or comedy, Abbott Elementary.
I do really.
Which is
wanna
the
watch
show
this.
that Philly
This
said
is
we should
my
watch.
type of show.
Yeah. I got Only Murders in the Building, which is another one that was nominated on my list.
That's
It
the
has a
Selena
90
Gomez one,
A
right?
99% on Rotten Tomatoes with Selena Gomez. I was like, you know what? I want to watch that.
Mhm.
Best performance by an actress in a television series, musical or comedy, Quentin Brunson from Abbott Elementary.
Mhm.
Best performance by an actor in a television series, musical or comedy, Jeremy Allen White from The Bear. I've heard nothing of The Bear except Nick Scarpino be like, watch The Bear.
What is that? What is it even on?
Apple TV, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Don't quote, though. Best television limited series, anthology series, or motion picture made for television.
Sure. Yeah.
The White Lotus won that one, which is also on my list. Best performance by an actress in a limited series, anthology series, or a motion picture made for television. Amanda Seyfried from The Dropout. Never heard of it. Best performance by an actor in a limited series, anthology series, or a motion picture made for television.
Mm.
Evan Peters in Dahmer, Monster, The Jeffrey Dahmer Story.
Mhm.
Best performance by, you get the fucking thing. It's an actress, though. Jennifer Coolidge, The White Lotus.
Cool. Yeah.
Best performance by an actor in a supporting role of all that jargon. Paul Walter Hauser in Blackbird. Never heard of
Mhm.
it. Best performance by an actress in all of that jargon, supporting role. Julia Garner, Ozark,
Cool.
which I know Chance champions a lot. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in a musical comedy or drama television series. Did we not just go through this?
No.
But now they put them together.
This is TV series. We're doing TV now. Not
Oh,
film.
okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Tyler James Williams
What a
from
come up,
Abbott
bro.
Elementary.
What a come up.
And that's it.
That man has had a career.
Who?
Tyler James Williams.
Oh, and I don't know. Fuck that.
Everybody
What?
hates Chris.
Oh, that's fun.
The kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's him.
Yeah, nice.
He's just stayed busy.
You love to see that.
Everybody. Then he was on Walking Dead.
That's fun. Yeah, he was on Walking Dead for a while, which was a weird thing to see. I was like, that's
Yeah.
Chris from Everybody Hates Chris.
He's a good character too.
Anyway, that's it for that. Before we get into ranking Arietti, though, a little bit of housekeeping for you. If you enjoy this show, you should consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/synced-up, where for $1 you can get access to our lovely Discord, where we talk about, our fucking fantasy draft or Marvel Snap cards, because we keep playing Marvel Snap and we want to stop playing Marvel Snap. Or for $5 you
Hell
get
no.
access to that and many of the post shows that we do. all from youtube.com/syncedupodcast and podcasting services around the globe. New episodes of this show specifically go up on all of those feeds Mondays, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone gang. You should also consider following us on Twitter @SyncedUpPod to keep up to date with all of our content across the board. I used to have trouble saying following us on Twitter for some reason, and now I feel like I just hit
following us on Twitter.
Yeah. You should also consider following us on Twitter.
You should also consider following us on Twitter.
But there'd be for a while there that I couldn't say following us, and I would
follow us.
Yeah,
you
should also consider follow us. I would switch it up. I'd be like, you should also follow, and then, like I would do like a space, like I would have to do a space, but now I can.
You should also think about following us.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You know,
something like that. You know. Anyway, Secret World of Arrietty. Bring up the rankings. Jordan got him ready to go.
Dude is on his shit today, bro. I'm proud.
We're running out of films here.
Dude, we're almost done. There's only 4 more.
Is this really it?
Yeah, dude.
Is Earwig and the Witch in there?
No, that was the only one that wasn't.
Okay, so we got 6. We got 5 left after this. Okay.
Let me think for a second.
Okay. Secret World of Arrietty.
Arrietty. Wait, I thought it ended on 6 on ours.
Huh? What?
No, you put it at 6. That's what you.
Yeah.
That's what the thing was. Yeah, I know. It's at a good spot there. I was thinking about Pine. I do have my answer.
Okay, I'm trying to count though. Okay, I got it.
Why'd you have to count so much?
I'm just counting.
Shouldn't have had to count that far.
Okay, I'm ready. Ready? 3,
2, 1, 7. Yeesh.
So put it at 9.
We like swapped.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll go above Totoro.
Yeah, I feel like we need to write an essay here.
Why?
Why did I like Arrietty and you not as much, and you like Ponyo and me not as much?
I'm not sure.
What is there to be learned here?
Like a breakdown of
our
inner machinations. I'm not sure, but personally, I was thinking, I was like, I think I put it over above the Cat Returns, but then I was like, I don't think I put it above Ponyo or Totoro or Kiki's though, and so I just put it right below Kiki's. You said, what did you say?
I put it above the Cat Returns.
Okay, so I go right at 7, at the top of A.
Yeah, top of A.
Yeah, the top of A was my initial instincts originally, but then I thought about the other things chilling at the top of A.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, no, I think it should slide down just
let's talk about this movie.
Yeah.
I was pulled in.
It's great.
I love this world.
Yeah.
I love the characters. It's just great.
It's fun.
And it's short. It zooms a little too quick for me.
Yeah, that's
my one complaint.
That's my main critique is that like you get into the world, and when you like an extra 40 minutes of runtime would have really brought this whole bitch together. Like
that's what I needed.
Because you get to it and you're like, oh yeah.
It doesn't even feel like there's time for closure when they're leaving.
Yeah.
Because you're like, we haven't been here long enough for some of this stuff to feel as impactful.
He's like, I never saw her again. Boom, credits start rolling. And you're like,
yeah.
Okay, here we are.
Like Miyazaki was on it.
I would have liked to have explored more of his condition and whether or not he would live. I would have liked to have seen
he's an
them.
interesting character as well, and it's not about him.
Exactly.
But
I would have liked to see them consider staying. I would have liked to see more of other borrowers and other houses, and not just them be a footnote in the credits, you know. And so that was my main critique. That kind of knocked it down pretty far, but it was beautiful. You know, I love Little People Big World.
Yeah.
Seeing their little house that they had together with like all the cool stuff where he had like the toothpaste and then like all the cool little things, and you could see how they turned those knickknacks into useful items.
Yeah, treating the pen as like a
tape
sword
over his leg.
It's so
and
cute.
He's like rolling the tape to cut it. Yeah, super good. Using the fish hook as a grapple hook.
It's just very good. I like this a lot. It's charming.
Yeah.
The animation's good.
Yep.
There
could have. I was just thinking of other things that could have happened because it really felt. Even though I liked how short it was, because that happens sometimes, where you're like, oh, I'm glad I don't have to watch this for a good chunk, like when you're on a time crunch. And I was like, oh, nice. But by the end of it, I was like, oh, well, I really wish there was like 40 more minutes.
I 100%.
Like I was just thinking of different plot points that you could have put in there. You could have had some weird thing if the house like actually had rats, and there could have been some crazy thing that she needed to do because she had that whole thing with like her sword, but then it really ended up amounting to nothing besides just poking the hole in the thing. And so I was like, oh, there's gonna be this or that, but it doesn't. And none of that really comes. Like there's not a lot of like actual conflict until the very 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 end.
And you don't understand why the old lady has such a hatred.
She just does for some reason.
Yeah. Like everybody else in the house is like, yeah, little people are real, and then she's like, finally, I've caught one. Now the people will believe me. Like,
she wants to call the exterminators to trap them all. It's like her character felt a bit weird.
But forced.
The movie was beautiful. I really 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 like the soundtrack.
Yeah,
felt
soundtrack's
like
really good.
it felt really inspired.
Mhm.
Where it was like, oh, this isn't the normal Ghibli soundtrack. This is an interesting version, like a kind of folky version of the Ghibli soundtrack, and I liked it a lot. Anytime that shit would kick in, that actual song with the lyrics on it,
Yeah.
I was just like, just feeling the mood.
Good
you
song.
know?
Good song.
Yeah. So
I like this film.
so what? The Notebook is over by the. She got to buy figs for her mom.
Figs?
Her mo-
Figgy pudding.
Her mom wants to buy figs. You
Mhm.
know figs,
Like
fig trees.
what they make figgy pudding out of?
Babe,
Fig Newtons? We're going straight to the source.
figs. Let's Google them because frankly, I don't think.
But like a fig Newton got like fig fruit in it.
I don't think I've ever seen a fig. I'm gonna keep it a bug.
Hmm.
The fig tree.
But like the fig tree produces
This
fig,
this thing.
and I've never had a fig.
This
I've had a
thing.
fig
This chunky
Newton.
thing.
That looks like a onion. I don't think you could get me to eat that.
Yeah, her mom wants to buy like
I would try.
50 of them from this restaurant.
50?
Well, because they only sell them for a certain period, and basically it's like waking up at midnight to buy some J's or trying to
Yeah.
get in on Pokemon Center stuff,
Yeah.
where it's open and then like 30 minutes later all the figs are gone.
I didn't realize the fig market was
And so
was crazy.
So Adri's on a clock to make sure that she gets in there and does that really quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was like that.
yeah, it's weird.
But
She wants them figs, baby.
horticulture,
She wants them figs, baby.
I respect the hustle.
You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Anyway, there you go. Secret World of Ari Ready,
Bro.
sitting firmly at night. Go ahead.
Unrelated.
What?
I just found out about the egg crisis.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's bullshit. It's so expensive.
I didn't.
Yes, dude, eggs are so fucking expensive.
Tony, my boss at work, was saying it's like $7
Yeah.
for a carton of eggs.
It's insanely expensive for some eggs.
Did you hear me, Jordan? 7 for a dozen. Like what?
It's
Why?
ridiculous. Eggs are expensive.
Like why?
I don't know.
Well, the bird flu is what
Yeah,
I've heard.
That's what
Word
I've
on
heard.
the street.
And inflation, you know how it goes.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I think I'm in a position in my life where I could just say I don't need eggs.
Yeah, but sometimes you just want some, you know?
But when that hits me somewhere real, I'm gonna cry.
When your cardboard gets 50 cents more.
That's already happened.
Yeah, it's happened. It's here, baby.
That's happened.
Yes, sir. Anyway, so, yeah, that's cool. Time to get in stuff we've been watching. You ain't watched nothing besides the movie. But I watched more Ted Lasso. Boy,
More
howdy,
Lasso,
do I
brother.
fucking love this show.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, it's so good.
Every
ep, you're just like,
fantastic.
Every ep, by the end of it, you're feeling all fucking warm and tingly inside,
Yeah.
like you're sitting by the fire on Christmas Day.
Mhm.
And then also throughout the episode, and this is the way I put it to Adriana. I was like, it's like an emotional roller coaster, but that shit is like smooth.
Yeah.
There's no jagged edges. You're like, you go down into the sad moments, and then that brings you back up into the happy
I was
moments.
thinking
and then-
about it, and the reason Ted Lasso is just that show is because I feel like when you hit like what do you call it, like just a problem? What's the word?
Conflict?
Conflict. When you like most conflict in a show, sometimes it's very unrelatable.
Mm-hmm.
But like in Ted Lasso, the conflict is just like
You're telling
actually awkward, not intentional. Like people purposely being like, "That's
Yeah.
just a jerk." Like it's just real.
I was thinking about it earlier, and I think Ted Lasso is simple, and it's a adult show structured like a kid's show,
Mm.
where every episode is like a little microcosm story
Mhm.
that has some sort of conflict that's like a life conflict that
Mhm.
anybody could deal with, like you said, and then they teach you the lesson
Yeah.
in that conflict. The like, and it's every single episode, like letting your feelings be known,
Mhm.
giving your significant other space, not allowing your own selfish reasons to play football, like overcome your whole team and cause you guys to lose, like just very specific things, like teamwork makes the dream work, fucking
Mhm.
love your family, just very basic things where you're like, oh, this is like a lesson.
Yeah.
And then especially in season 2, like season 1, it's kind of just baseline, and it is very good still that whole time, but in season 2, like, it gets blown up into another proportion where you get a bunch of those in each episode, and then you get crazy story arcs that are really good, and you have an attachment to these characters that's already like really good, on top of the fact that they introduce, like, actually, we got you into the show, we got you locked on these characters, and this is how our stories are structured. Now we're gonna hit you with like really hard hitting stories here in season 2, like, with the stuff in Ted and his dad and all that stuff. Like when that shit comes in, like it just hits you like a truck, and you just want to start bawling. You're like, fuck, that hurt, and then you recover from that, and
Yeah.
you're crying and you're bawling your fucking eyes out, and then 5 minutes later, you're on the upper lift, and then you're smiling with dry tear tracks down your face, right? And that happens like every fucking ep, especially in the second season. And dude, I just love it so much. I love every single fucking character in that show. There's only one weak character in my opinion, and that's Jane. But she doesn't really need to be, because she's mainly an accent to Coach Beard.
Yeah.
I don't think she's blown up enough for me to understand her character. Whereas everybody else's character, you fully understand. Even Jamie's dad, who's barely around, you kind of get his gist, like, and what he has going on. But like every other character, Danny Rojas, like somehow is this incredibly deep character that barely shows up, and he's only there for a comedic joke once or twice. But for some reason, his character has so much fucking depth. Every single, the dude who's the captain, Isaac, on the team, who's the barber, right? Like they blow him up to the Dutch guy, who all he does is just like say things that are like super literal because there's like a cultural barrier, and he's always confused at why people are pissed at him. Like that character alone, you're just like, I love this character, and he's only there for like one joke an episode, and for some reason you love to see them.
They're so good at making any character fantastic.
Yeah, dude.
Like when this is like a slight spoiler for season 2, I think.
Sure.
When Sam becomes like the front runner,
of course,
that
there's
like
like
the
a
main
whole
character. You're like, I didn't think I'd be here,
but
I didn't know if I liked it. But like, this is fantastic.
The stuff with Dubai Air, the stuff with the dating app, like all that stuff, it really hits hard. The stuff with his dad, right? It like hits really hard, and his character is so fucking good.
It's great, dude.
I have 2 episodes left. I would like to have finished it before this week so I can like fully talk about it. But 2 episodes left that will get finished this week. We just love the show too fucking much. And then I of course watched more Severance. Severance is banging. Different type of show. It's more of a like, what the fuck? Like it's more of like a mindfucky show and like what's going on, and less of a like really feel good show. Very 2 different types of shows. But Severance is also on Apple TV Plus. It is an incredible show. That service is worth these 2 shows alone, in my opinion. There's also other banger stuff on there. Prehistoric Planet is on there, like you said. Mythic Quest is on there, and then there was the Foundation is on there as another show that I've heard really good things about. It's on my list. And so I think Apple TV Plus is definitely worth picking up just for those 2 fucking shows alone. But yeah, the Severance is banging. It's really good. We have 2 episodes left of that as well. So we've only watched 1 more episode since we last talked, because it's hard to find the time to get it in. But we watched an episode just earlier today, and yeah, it's gas, bro. It's so fucking gas. I recommend anyone watch it. It's 9 episodes. Each episode is probably 45-50 minutes. And it is really like a crazy journey. I had Cena watch like episode 6, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "I just kept like I recapped it for him basically how to get there." And then he was even like, "This show is so fucking good."
Yeah.
And he only watched that 1 episode. But anyway, Apple TV Plus, guys. I talked so much shit on it. Wasn't gonna pick it up, but goddamn, Ted Lasso alone, I'll pay money for that for sure.
That might be the easiest subscription. Just get for the 1 month. Watch all the Apple TV shows, and then leave it again.
Yeah, I'm liking the service though. I'm gonna stick around and watch some other stuff for sure. I'm digging it. Can't wait to watch the rest of Ted Lasso, and can't fucking wait for season 3. Ted Lasso genuinely might be my favorite show ever.
It's pretty good, bro.
I love it so much.
It makes you feel all the emotions you want to feel with fantastic acting, great writing. Like there's dude, I couldn't think of a way to make it better.
Skip forward a minute and a half for no spoilers on Ted Lasso. When fucking Jamie's dad comes into the locker room and is like fucking with them, and then he like punches him in the face, and you're like, fuck, and then God, I'm tearing up right now. And fucking Roy walks up and like gives him the hug, and then Jamie starts to break down, and you're like, damn. Like,
yeah, I think
it really feels like the acting chops have been like. At first, I was like, these. Not that it sounds bad the way I say this, but the acting is serviceable. Like it's not like they're not doing anything that would be.
No,
like,
it's not like acting. Oh my god, this deserves an award for acting. But it's just very human. Yeah,
but season 2 though, like they really turn that shit up like more notches. Yeah, and then you do that, and then you see Ted run out of the thing, and you're like, Ted's gonna go kick this dude's ass, and then he goes out there and he goes, my dad killed himself when I was 16. It just hits you right there, just like a fucking truck, like immediately, where you're like, boom, and you're already kind of tearing up because somehow the show has made you like fucking Jamie Tart somehow. Like you've never thought in a million years there'd ever be a chance that you would like and root for Jamie fucking Tart, and you're like, damn, dude, and that shit hurts. And then it immediately goes to Ted, who's like the most lovable guy. He feels like your own dad. You're like watching the show, and so seeing him hurt in any way like hurts, and then him just finally open up to the therapist and here with the my dad killed himself when I was 16 and left me and my mom. It just the tears. Well, and the thing is flowing.
It doesn't try to like play you as a viewer, right? So, what's the girl's name? Keely. It does. There's a moment where you're like Jamie Tart redemption arc, and Jamie tries to get back with Keely.
Yes,
right?
We just seen that.
And you're like, please don't make me do like classic TV show thing where I have to watch a back and forth love. Yeah. I don't know how the episode ended. You can tell me how that.
The episode ends with it's because it was a funeral episode.
Yeah.
And Jamie's like, I love you. I came back kind of for you. And then Roy comes in. He's like, sorry, I made the jokes. And he kind of opens up to her and he's like, my aunt or my uncle died when I was this age, and I prayed for a year just to get to see him one more time, and I got jack shit. So this stuff makes me very uncomfortable. And then she kind of, because she was mad at him that episode.
Yeah.
And then she kind of forgives him and gives him a hug and stuff like that. And so I was like, okay, cool.
I'm so glad that the show doesn't try and do the like, maybe she'll go back to Jamie. Like actually tease that, because that's just not the way it should go with her growth as a character. Like it's like, no, she's actually moved on. Yeah. Like she's like it's real. Like Jamie has like it's I don't know how to describe it. It's just like
I love all the characters.
That's like a very real. I can't explain.
It's a good show, bro. And
Roy, I'm glad
Roy's a great character.
Roy Kent is my favorite.
Every fucking character in that goddamn show slaps so hard. The therapist. When she showed up, I was like, sure, the therapist. Then like 3 episodes later, like, fuck yeah. She has her little crash episode. Like they blow out every character so much. The only episode that has felt out of place was the Coach Beard Fever Dream episode.
It does feel very weird.
But even then, it was still like an enjoyable episode. But it's the only one that doesn't feel like it fits into the classic mold. It's like, it doesn't really blow up Coach Beard's character that much. Like you don't get a lot of backstory on Coach Beard, but you do get a little fun thing. And even in the end, it does show more about his character, that even though Coach Beard, because Coach Beard talks about, like, they do that thing where it's like, oh, you hate yourself, don't you? And he's like, oh, fuck. And it kind of blows his character out just a little bit. It's that despite, and it's kind of the same thing with Ted Lasso, where Coach Beard does it differently, where Coach Beard has these problems, and he's the interesting, like, what's the word, juxtaposition to Ted Lasso, where Ted Lasso had this bad thing that happened to him, and it caused him to kind of like have this really bad problem, and instead of going internal like Beard does, where he just doesn't talk, Ted Lasso does the opposite, and he goes outward with it, and he's like super positive and super talkative, whereas Coach Beard is like super internal. But then in the end of that episode, where he's like, hey, you guys go here because you don't want your night to end, and he lets them go into Nelson Road, the football stadium, and they get, as fans who never got to do it because they can't afford it, and they just go to the bar all the time, they get to go around Nelson Road and fucking kick the ball around a little bit at the end of their like crazy night. And that shit was like, oh my god, Coach Beard, like, are you kidding me? And so dude, so fucking good.
It's fantastic.
There's like just weird stuff, like stuff going on with Nate right now, where he's like a fucking asshole to the other water boy.
I do hate that part.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck. And then he's like an asshole to Colin, and he kind of had a little bit of a redemption arc, but Nate's kind of struggling with like his own thing, because he's trying to get his approval of his dad, and he can never get it, and so it's like a whole thing. I'm just super excited to watch the rest of this fucking this series.
2 episodes left.
2 episodes left.
Okay.
The last thing that happened was the funeral ep. She told Sam that they got to cut it off, and then he was like, I gotta warn you though, I'm only gonna get more wonderful. And that's when I was like, the Steez.
He is the Riz on that man is immaculate.
Unstoppable Riz, bro. God.
Sam has immaculate Riz.
Anyway, that's it. Love that fucking show. Can't wait to watch the next 2 episodes. A little bit of reader mail before we hop out of your hair. Reader mail can be wrote into sync.pod@gmail.com, or the reader mail submission tab of the Discord with any questions, comments, concerns, just like Spencer does. And he writes in with some dumbass question. Love you, Spencer. What color is duct tape? It's just fucking gray. No,
silver.
Mike, come up with some way
to
make
it's silver. It's actually silver.
Sure. Is this an interesting question?
I'm trying to find the depth.
Like, what is the play here?
I'm trying to find the depth of the question.
Was my man's drunk and just wrote something in?
What color is duct tape? Like, maybe this is like what when you think of duct tape in your head, what color do you think of first?
Yeah.
And it's the silver.
Yeah. There's black duct tape? I didn't even know that.
Like if you say electrical tape, I think black.
They do, yeah.
That is true. But
I just think of the silver.
All my life it's silver.
Yeah. Anyway, he also writes in, what movie tropes do you absolutely hate?
I feel like we've already answered this.
What, did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I could have swore.
Yeah. We talked about what movie tropes we like, I thought.
No, I think we talked about which ones.
Maybe we did.
I can rack my brain.
I think it's okay.
Which tropes do I hate? What movie do I hate?
What movie have we watched recently that like sucked?
Are you sure we didn't do this the Avatar week?
It's possible.
Because I was literally just about to say villain that doesn't die.
Yeah, that's a classic.
And a la Avatar. You're just gonna go look at trash movie?
I'm gonna go look at our movies and see if there's any with like a trash bag. Oh, last year was alright, man.
Yeah, you watch good movies only, bro.
Oh, okay. Just a couple shrugs though. The Humans was okay. Don't Worry, Darling. Window in the Wild. Ocean waves only yesterday. Sure. Hear the fireflies. It's such a beautiful day. Dear Evan Hansen was kind of rough. Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was weird.
Alright,
that's
it's
it.
just a weird film.
That's it for the episode, guys. We're going to talk to you guys later. For the post show, you get a $5 tier. You get to access to whatever the fuck we about to go through. I don't know. Jordan said he got
Jordan's
something.
gonna drug us.
Yes, we're going to die. Anyway, so we're going to go do that. For those of you that support us at patreon.com/give the $5 tier. Everybody else, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
For the video game show. Goodbye.